I'm back in my palace, well, my house, here to present to you what is known to some as the Rasco and Disco Beer Show. I just tried to do quite a cool thing there. I didn't pull off. I'm just wearing the shades in my house as I do, my usual trademark maneuver. Phil, what's up? Good to see you. Long time, 2 weeks, sort of. Yes, in some ways. Oi, oi. Yeah, I was at the London Craft Beer Festival. You may have saw our little videos from there. Disco's here. Disco's here. I'm trying to send him an invite. Hey, Sad Body. Hey, Lucy. Long time. How you doing? You have no requests. Well, I can't seem to send Disco a request. Oh, let me try. Invite Disco. My experience at London Craft Beer Festival and having a laugh. Oh, hello, Lucy. Hey, how you doing? That wasn't like Giuliani. How you doing? But
Oi, oi. Good evening, Rasco.
it's only been 2 weeks or a week. You can't remember my name. Well, apparently in videos I can't remember my own name, but I don't know if
you can't remember my name, Rasco. In that video, we all saw the mistake.
Yeah.
Was there? Thanks for popping in. Good to see you. Yeah, no, well, we all make little mistakes. I put a tweet out this evening to advertise this show and called it episode 54, but it's episode 55. But what's one episode number when we've been doing it this bloody long?
Indeed. Hello. Lucy, what you been up to? What gigs you been doing? What you drinking? Are you on the wine again, or at the gin, or the beer, the brew by numbers? I don't know. What are you doing? Phil, what you doing? Phil, my friend, I've never met, but I feel so connected to every Saturday. How you doing?
It's weird. You've been in the same place, but not quite at the same time.
Well, that's pretty much global. I've been to Tower of London. Has anyone else been there at a different time?
No, I meant the beer festival, and he was there the day after you.
Yeah.
Anyway, are you recovered from this week's shenanigans or last week's shenanigans at the beer festival?
Well, to be honest, I never really felt rough. Just a bit tired from it all, and happy. It was brilliant. It was really, really good. I'm just going to lower myself on my brand new tripod. There was a comment there missed from Lucy. I'm completely boozed on red. Oh, wine. Couldn't tell you what it was. Oh, fair enough. Phil, love you, Ming. Laugh out loud. I'm drinking Weinstein on my sofa, mate. Good on you, Phil. Good on you. So yeah, I had a brilliant good time. That's what we're going to be talking about. I'm just setting up my cloud photos so I can talk through them. And it's not, well, there you go. I should have done this before the show starts because now it's not working. But yeah, it was a fantastic experience. There were some minor hiccups, beforehand, which we can go over. How are you? What have you been doing?
I didn't get around to ask what you was drinking, so I just poured a bit. It's very strange. What do you reckon that is?
That is a New England IPA.
No, look at that. It's come out with no head or anything. It's really bubbly. It looks like a blinking sour from here. It is a New England Pale Ale. You are right, though. Good guess.
Yes.
It's called Loud in the Crowd. It's from Twisted Wheel Brewery, although I didn't get it from them. It's a collab with them and Brew London, where you was the other week. Don't know if you had it there, but it was a collaboration series, Twisted Wheel and Brew London. I got it from West Berkshire Brewery, really, oddly, on a collab box. 20 quid for 6 beers, including free delivery and a free beer as well to go with it, which I'll tell you about in a bit. But yeah, no head on it. Come out really bubbly. I think it's right, but it's very strange. Smells nice. Smells like American Pale Ale. Smells quite tropical.
Yeah. Okay. Well, do you want to get flipping heck?
What's up, mate?
I just found a photo I was looking for to do the Anspatch video to give it a good thumbnail. I couldn't find it, and there it is. I just found it. Fecking hell. Fuck. I'm enjoying the Tash, Mr. Rascal. It's my usual Huey Morgan. That's a Brew London beer, Phil says.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. With Twisted Wheel and Brew London.
Tash. Anyway, all I have is Budvar Grand Reserve, Budvar Dark, and Pilsner Airquell. That's all I have. I've
a little
bit check.
Bit trade-off. Okay.
Two of these Budvars you can't see were given to me by Raheem from Budvar. I did a video of them. You can watch it on YouTube. Please do like and subscribe.
60 other people have Rascal already.
Yes. And there's a good interview with Jack from Anspatch Hobday, Mr. Hobday himself. Hobday. So check that out. Yep. And I'm making mine error. I'm making mine error in both of them, but hey, it was who's counting. It was good. I had a few beers. So you want to go with your rant, and I'll choose which beer I'm going to go. I'm going to go with Pilsner Airquell first, and tell you what the difference is between these two. Go for it. Go for your rant. Get off your chest. I'm enjoying.
Well, my little rant, it's not really a rant. I don't know. It's one of them. It's one of them like. It's not really a moral dilemma. It's like it's just one of them annoying little things that kind of want to get off the chest. Like Phil said, our reserve is awesome.
It is. I had it, but I don't remember it.
Go on then.
Yes, I'm going to practice my pour in this fancy little glass, which I'm in love with.
It is nice, yeah.
It's a perfect tasting glass because you can give it a little swirl, and I'll come to that more often. It even says taster, so they stop it around about there. Usually went around about there. It's it's only goes 3/3 of a pint. That line is 3/3 of a pint, and that's all you need really. So here we go. I'm gonna give it my best. This is very difficult to pour lager in. Only the master himself, Raheem, would know how to do it. Now I wait. I think I've cocked this up. I wait 30 seconds. So you keep talking while I wait 30 seconds.
Okay, well, all right, I've got more than 30 seconds to go. But my question was that relating to that in the video, did he tell you how to pour it into a glass? Because on the video you did, it was obviously pouring from draft. So you wait 30 seconds. I want to know if he pour it into a glass.
He did at Brew London, but he demonstrated it on his own glasses, his own Budvar glasses. He did give me one which is safely stashed away somewhere. Not here.
Well, you do kind of need a handle, really, if you're going to drink that. I don't know what is it any different or better in that kind of glass? I would always go for a handle. Well,
put it this way, Raheem would know how to pour it because he is a master. Let's face it, that man knows his stuff. I've actually checking out his YouTube, and I saw a chili recipe. He's done a chili con carne recipe. I cooked it today. My God, is it good! My God, that man. I'm gonna work my magic, get that guy on the show. He's becoming a good friend, that man. So yeah, I'm actually gonna find out how to pour into these bloody things because the taste is so much different. It's more foam, but it's heavy clouded foam. He'd say it was like a latte or a cappuccino, but it's just so much. And then what I cut out of the video, I edited out, is that I'm just wiping my mouth from the foam, and it was gorgeous. It was just so refreshing. I mean, we're talking about lots of commentators are saying, when's it going to be Year of the Lager in the UK? Let me be honest, it's never going to be Year of the Lager unless we learn to pour it correctly. I don't care what flavours, what fermentation they do. It will never be Year of the Lager unless it is learned to be poured correctly. So there you go. That's my standing point. I'm actually
I'm going to stand by that.
Yeah, I think it depends on what lager as well, though. Like, there's a lot of British breweries bringing out some good British lagers at the moment. So until we get round and have them on tap, you know, your Lost and Grounded, your Don Zoco,
It won't matter unless they pour it correctly, and it's got to be done the way Raheem's saying, because it's just a lot gets lost in it. You know, the bubble, the foam is there for a reason to trap the taste inside it. It's being lost right now with this. That I've cocked this up, and it's, but there you go. So there you go. So I'm going to say that. That's my foot on the ground. Hit me with a rant.
Now, my rant is quite dull, so I'll be quite quick. But it's another delivery one. You know, we had the story the other day about the lost box and the broken box and stuff like that, right? And it's never about, like I said, it's never about things that happen. These things happen, right? It's how it gets sorted, right? This one, I haven't bothered about getting sorted, right? Because I got these in, right? So there was 3 of these and 3 of a beer called a London Ting from West Berkshire. They put it on Twitter. We've had a couple of West Berkshires a long time ago, but I haven't really got any of theirs in. So there's 3 of these and 3 of the other one, 20 quid delivered. I thought, all right, I'll have some of that. The only reason I got this one is because I've got a mate whose nickname is Loud, so I thought I'd get him some, right? Just for a laugh, because I love a good beer name. So I got them in, 20 quid, really good deal, right? No problem. I think you're probably meant to, what they're assuming is you'll get a few more, do you know what I mean? But they didn't have anything that I could get. I mean, there was only the one beer I wanted, they're Mags Mild, which I think we've had at GBBF, but they only had a 12-pack, and I don't really want to get a 12-pack. So I thought, well, I'll just leave it at that, don't worry about it, get the 20 quid. If they're doing it for that, then they must be all right. I'm not mugging them off in any way, you know? Went on the website. There was a free beer on there, right? It's automatically added to the order, right? Tiny little can, little 330 can of Pilsner. So I thought, oh, okay, fair enough. They must have accounted for that. Like normally, when you know, schoolboy era don't order 7 of something, because usually beers go out in 6, 12, 24 pack boxes. Like, you know, some have bigger boxes for bottles and stuff like that. So I don't normally order 7 of everything. I'll put it up to like 8 or 10 or something, you know. I mean, try and fill the box up, you know, costs and that. So I thought they must have worked it out. I'm sure they can squeeze a little can like that in it, and they must have a slightly bigger box. Lo and behold, right, I didn't even get a notification this was turning up. It actually turned up with another parcel force order, right? So I get the 6-pack in a box, and there's a second with it, and I'm like, I wasn't expecting 3 things. Turned up in a bag, right? In an unpadded bag, yeah. One little can in a massive unpadded A4 bag, right? With that, with a bit of cardboard wrapped around it, right? That by the time it got to me had already fallen off, right? So, like, I mean, that, I don't know if it's going to protect it that much anyway, but it'd already fallen off somehow anyway, so I don't know if you can actually see it there, but look how battered that poor little can of Pilsner is, right? To be fair, the can looks quite tidy, nice green artwork on it. I'd give that a go. But I can't really, like, as a beer reviewer, I can't put that on like a beer review, like, people will see, like, it's all bad. And if it's a normal customer, people would think, well, it's a bit unloved, you know what I mean? Maybe the brewery don't care that much. I'm not going to complain about it because it's free. I'll just, well, drink it, but I just won't review it, you know? So it's like, but what does it look like if that came to you as a, like, if you weren't a beer reviewer, if you weren't used to having loads of, like, beers turn up in all sorts of, you know, I've had the good, the bad, and the indifferent breweries. What would you do? Would you complain about that, or would you just go, ah, shit, it's free, so don't worry about it?
Yeah, it depends. I might say, hi guys, this is a bit damaged, and did it in a friendly way. You know, I sent an email to the Hope Pub, saying, look, there's something wrong with, you need to update your website. I did it in the most friendly way possible.
Yeah.
You know, because I was just in the area, and I was with my daughter, and I wanted to stop by for a cheeky pint. And they said, oh, we don't allow children. And I checked the website beforehand, and it didn't say. And I got home, and I checked it, and I thought, I better tell them this because, this isn't good. And I did it in a friendly way. We had a nice little email dialogue, and they just said, look, with all the stop-startiness, we haven't updated it. We apologise. And I said, no worries. I'll be back in your pub. I love your pub. And so you could have simply done an email being friendly, saying, look, this is damaged. Just be aware of that. Thank you for the beer. I've enjoyed it. But, yeah, it's a bit battered. No complaint. Just friendly advice. I don't know. Notification.
Yeah, I agree with you. I often don't know how that comes across. Like they might think you're like, if you start saying I'm a beer reviewer, they might think you're trying to get more free stuff. But I was ruminating on that this week, and then I saw a tweet during the week that there's another thing come out about West Berkshire Brewery. It looks like they might be the next one on the hit list for people to complain about certain practices. So right. I think they might have a little bit on. They might have a little bit on their plate this week, so I don't think I'll bother complaining about a mashed up can of 3 Pilsner. So,
well, fair enough.
But I've got some of their beers to try, so we shall see how it goes.
Yeah, Phil says I wasn't not hard enough on the first pour. Rasco, laugh out loud. Yeah, probably right, mate. I didn't really care. I find it a bit difficult and challenging. I would have been better with a much a jug. I should have got the jug out, but I wanted to show this off. But it's going down well. The Pilsner Alcohol. I can't complain about it. What is there to say about Pilsner Alcohol? Lots of stuff in check. Yeah. So
I think.
What have you done this week then? Have you been drinking much, or just
Do you know what? I haven't actually really been drinking that much again this week. Like just during the week. I have, however, once again been ordering too much beer.
Oh yes.
For delivery. the odd habit I have of collecting beers with disco in the name for the disco collection has started again. Last week, my first ever Pomona Island beer, Interstate Free Disco. That's been joined, or will be joined next week because I did an order. I don't do beer 52 generally. I've got an account, but I lay it off unless there's something really good in the box. But I got a few in the early days, so I've amassed a few points. And I was looking on there the other day. I was cancelling my order for next month. It was San Francisco, and I'm not that bothered about American beers. Although I'm getting round to West Coast beers, so I cancelled my box. And I just had a quick look, and I always type disco into the search box, see if they've got anything. And there's a brewery in Ireland called Whiplash who'd got on the beer 52 list, and they had a beer called Disco Mystic. Again, it's like a New England or double dry hop something or other. So I missed it in January. I didn't have anything else to go with it, so I didn't bother. I thought, if I missed that one, I missed that one. And then they had it in an Irish box in around about January or February, but they didn't put any on for general sale. Sometimes they'll put a load of leftovers on general sale. And then so for some reason 4 months later, suddenly it's available on the Beer 52 website. So I'm like, well, maybe they found a box down the back of like the warehouse or something. I put a small order on, like couple of Disco Mystics and a couple of other ones that I'd missed out before. Used up my £6 of free points, so I got a reduction. So I got that coming in next week. I've also got a beer from Drygate, who I haven't had an order from this year at all, but I had a lot last year, called Disco Pogo Stick, which is a riff on their disco forklift truck, but I think it's like a passion fruit and orange pale ale. And I've been waiting for it. It was in Lidl in Scotland, but they never had it down here or on the website, but they finally got some up on the website. So I thought, well, I'll get some of that in because I always order from Drygate. So that'll be free. That'll be free disco beers in. Anybody else, let us know if there's anything else going around. If you see any disco beers, I'll get them in.
Yeah, Walter Junkerman, hello, nice to meet you.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers. Okay then, so should we kick off? Have you got anything else to say? Any stories, any gossip, any shout-outs?
I've got no stories. I didn't write down me competitions this week. There's been a few competitions, but over to you, Rasco. You're going to tell us, hopefully, What we missed about London Craft Beer Festival last week?
Well, to start with, as you are aware, I'll just give people the full lowdown. I discovered, even though I was apparently informed at Brew London, that the Sunday event was taken away from me. I didn't realise this until a couple of days beforehand. So I got in touch and I went through a whole email ding dong. Well, very polite ding dong, very nice ding dong with them. And they wanted to give me 20% off a all weekender ticket for next year. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing next year. Don't know if I'm going next year. And they went, I said, can I bring a friend along for free for one session? And they went, making that 50% discount ticket. And I was like, well, that's no good. That's not right. And so I just compromised, said, look, how about you give me a session ticket for Birmingham next month? And fine. And all of a sudden it's gone through. And we said, like, fine enough. The event comes to a positive conclusion. I understand a lot of logistical problems. Their reason for this, for cancelling the Sunday, is because they've increased the size of the venue of the event, haven't taken into account of the get out and how long the get out will take. So it was getting too hard for them, apparently, and, you know, fair enough. I wasn't out to get them. I'm not out to get them. That's the way it is. I've got something in return. Hi, Window Beer Review. Were you just over at Paul's and now you just come over to say hello? Hey. So that's how it started off, even before I got there. A few days ago there. So I head down. I get there about 11:45-ish on a Friday. I'm okay this time. I've had a good breakfast. I've got there in good time. No rush, not panicked about work. I'm cool. I get in. As soon as I get in, I get my wristband, which is still on me. I was going to do a whole cutting ceremony. It's still on me. I can't take it off. I had that much of a good time. And as soon as I walk in, I bump into the staff from the Art and Craft, the bar near me, and they say, drink this. It's from Howland Hops, I believe.
Yep.
9% stout beer soaked in Japanese whiskey oak barrel.
Wow.
To start with. So, not wanting to repeat of Brew London, I notice a biltong stand. I go straight to the biltong stand and I buy lots of packets and keep a load of packets of biltong in my pocket. For the duration of the festival, I kept going back there and refueling the whole time. And I get back and then I'm away. And then that's it. It's go on. I get in touch with Craig. We eventually meet up. And he's with Mr. Blue Nose and Clueless Drinker Sucks, Peter. Yeah, I'm just looking at my photos to remind me. Here comes the Poly collab. No, I was drinking the Yuki 9.2 barrel-aged Imperial Stouts, and it was fantastic. This venue, mate, how Phil says Howland Hops Hackney are going there in October, hopefully. Fair play. October's a great month, by the way. I then proceed and I speak to the Art and Craft guys. I bumped into John before I bumped into Craig and that. And I hang out with John. I introduced John to the Art and Craft people and they chat and mingle. I'm just with John for a bit. Well, for duration, he's there. He's with me until he leaves. And this venue is amazing. It's like two archways. And it's a bit like a TARDIS. I said this on the live streams we did from there. It's like a TARDIS. It's like infinite space. I didn't find everything I wanted to find. And it's a bit of a maze. And once you start having a few, it gets a bit weird. For fun weird. It is very atmospheric and it really adds to it. I felt safe. You had to do a whole COVID test and report the test beforehand to get in. And then day progresses. I miss out a few photos and beers. I did at one point get into the Brewers Lounge with John and we were talking some shop and I had something called Green Room by Fuel the Adventure, brewed and canned. True Brew Brewing Co. And they use hops from Bathhouse, who are apparently one of the biggest hop suppliers in the world. There you go. It's your birthday on the 18th of October. Wow, you're 10 days older than me, Phil. I just gave away my birthday. And I had some of that.
You're not the same.
John, yeah, well, I don't know. Phil might be younger than me. Who knows? So we proceed along. I say hello to Anne Spatch and I say, hey, good for your interview later? And he says, yeah, no problem. I have some of the London Black. If I'm honest, it is the answer. It's what Guinness should be. It tastes like Guinness, but better. That's the only way to put it. It's just the imperfections of Guinness, and Guinness is a perfectly fine drink if it's been treated with respect. It is just better. There's no other way to put it. I'm sure more articulate people could, but I'm not that articulate. So you've come to the wrong place. It's just Guinness.
Also, probably kept and poured better than your average pint of Guinness in London.
Well, maybe, but I think what's that pub in Soho?
The Hop.
No, not in Covent Garden, Soho. It's Guinness is fantastic because if Guinness flows really quickly out of the tap, it's fine. Boy, Rasco, you never said your age. How do you know how old? I don't know how young you are, Phil. I don't. I've never met you. I've only seen you on the screen on YouTube.
We don't do age-based discrimination here, or any discrimination for that matter.
So, I have some Pomona Island. I have a few things going on in the festival, actually, throughout the whole Friday afternoon session. The Friday afternoon session is full of industry people doing businesses, beer reviewer types like myself, meet up with Craig and that and whatnot. And be honest, I wasn't making that many discoveries, and I think that was deliberate because they knew it was the industry session.
Yeah.
It gets better though. But if you're going to go and you're a reviewer type, you're probably going on that Friday session. A lot of business is getting done in the sessions. Like bump into Dean and Adam from Pivo, who are sadly leaving. Phil is 95 and looks awesome. Fair play to you. Big up.
Must be all the beer.
And we have a chat with them just outside Anne Spatch's place. And introduce them to John, and John's talking to them. And we're all having a good on one. I go upstairs and I check with Radim. He makes sure he's good for the video. We agree to do it at 4 o'clock when the session ends, or 4:30, because then there's no background music.
Yeah.
And we won't get done on copyright. And it'd just be a bit quieter. He can show me what it does. And go check out that video. I do the live stream with you. You can barely hear me. I can barely hear you. There's lots of people in the background dancing. I have some Colonel beer. I have some Don Zoco beer as well. Beer is moving fairly quickly at this point. I think Colonel only had 2 taps on, so you get a little stand. Some bars only have a little teeny stand, and they only have 2 taps on, and they wait for one to run out. They may replace it with something else, something new and different. That was generally the case. I found it's kind of like that. So it is crammed for the breweries. Speaking to Craig, who's been previously, he says there was much more there than there ever has been. Hello Irish Craft, started my YouTube channel, lads. Oh, good on you. Fair enough.
Yeah, we have subbed already, by the way, because I saw you start it on the other stream. So yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Let's know how you get on. So there I am, and I'm having a good old one. There's many levels to it. I have some food. I'm now thinking I've got to refuel. I have a burger and I have some very potato garlicky things. Whole total 17 quid. delicious, but 17 quid.
You want to be?
Yeah. Session end. So we then make our way out. You have to make your way out. I've done the video already. He was brilliant. He gives me some glasses and these bottles, and it's fantastic. He tells me dark lager is consumed in the Czech Republic towards the end. It's kind of a macho thing. You do your clear bit drinking first. I thought, okay, well, I quite
that's
like
kind of how I drink anyway. That's what I do. Yeah, finish on a dark beer.
Yeah.
Always go light. I don't know why. I just think it's lighter, isn't it? You know, your lighter beers kind of.
So I proceed to the pub, the Turner's Old Star, just down the road from the festival. I have a pint. I can't remember what it was. It was a very nice pint of ale by Southwark Brewery. Very tropical.
Oh, yeah.
We will sit down, me, Blue Nosed, Craig, and Clueless Drinker. We'll have chat and mingle and what was stuff. I had some 5 points during it. I had boxcar. The only cast.
Hold that thought, Rascal. I've just noticed Irish Craft Beer Guy is having a cheeseburger pizza.
But is that a beer or actual cheeseburger pizza?
Well, it's actually, I don't know. I guess it's slices of cheeseburger. You can't just have a cheeseburger on a pizza, or is it just beef patty and cheese and stuff on a pizza? I had a kebab pizza once from down the road, down in South Islip, but and I suppose it's on the Lervig. Well, that's big beer, isn't it? Lervig, big stuff.
Yeah.
It's always going to be unbelievable. It's superb.
Goodbye, Pilsner. So,
sorry, Rascal, we left you on the boxcar. I think you had some boxcar.
Boxcar. I'll get back to them, actually. I'm jumping ahead of myself. So proceed to round 2 of the festival. This time no queuing because we got tickets, wristbands. Go straight in.
Oh.
I do my bit. I have a few more beers. John's left at this point. John is long gone. I have a good laugh with John. We had
It's a long way to come, wasn't it, for the morning session?
He took care of the stuff he needed to do. He saw what he needed to do, and we had a very good old bonding time. And I look forward to more sessions with John in the future. So I proceed down to near the area in Anspach, and Jack's nowhere to be seen. I have a chat with them all. I speak with Mr. Anspach himself, who's then ducking away, and he's more of the brewer type. Oh, Steve. And
Awesome.
And Mr. Hobday, he is more of the operational type. I could tell, when he saw me, he was like, hello, Rasco. He was a bit reluctant. And I thought, all right, I've got to work this guy, be cool with him, reassure him. We're not out to get him. We're not out to murder him or nothing. Or, he then has to go get a glass because he doesn't have a glass. He wanders over, and I find a nice area got good light, good enough sound. I've got my little microphone. I've tested it out. Hopefully it worked, and it did. A little bit of feedback because I was holding it right close to my mouth. And I go through. We sit down. We have a chat, and I'm on one tripod. I got my army of tripods with me, and I put it down, and I go, boom. Well, at least I hope, boom. And it falls over. I pick it up. And I'm like, hey, no worries, mate. No worries. It happens. He goes, well, why don't you just use that? Just keep going. I said, no. I'm getting this right. I scrap that tripod. I get the big one out, and I put it up, and boom, off we go. We have a great chat. He warms into it eventually, and we just have a laugh, and a little bit of a laugh, a little relaxed chat about beer. I promised him 5 minutes. That's all, and that's what we did. 5-minute chat about covering all the important things I like about Anspach Hobday, and what they're doing with the SRB and where we're seeing. he's got thoughts and feelings about Wetherspoons, and because we all learned to drink from Wetherspoons, most of us, I think we all owe them something, but I just don't like that boss. I'm going to hold my hands up to that, and that's it. And you know, he didn't say that, but he just said, you know, what he learned about drinking in Wetherspoons. It's all in the interview. And he said that went better than I thought would have went. I said, no worries, we're not out to get you nothing. We're your locals. Well, I am.
Yeah.
And then my mates appeared, my mate Pat and his friend James, and we proceed on the festival. And we go around drinking. We spend a bit of time at 5 Points. 5 Points was the only cask I had throughout the whole festival, or at least I remember. And knocking that back, the box car was right in front of it at 5 Points. And might I say, Boxcar Dark Mild, close runner-up to beer festival beer.
I believe I pointed that one out. Well, not pointed out. We did discuss that before, and it was probably one to go and have a look at. A lot of people saying good stuff about it.
But derailed porter from 5 Points, outstanding drink, nice foamy head, on cask. Good evening, you legends. Yes, mate, respect to you. You're the legend for putting up with us.
Cheers, Steve.
And it was absolutely gorgeous. I had that a few times, actually. Could you get through this? And as the evening goes on, you could just sink through these and keep going back for more. And it was great. It was fantastic. So I then had, I'm looking back, I had sticky toffee pudding, white stout from a brewery. I just got a picture of it. I don't remember who I got it from. It's very nice, hazy. Lucas, how you doing, pal? It was gorgeous. I got some gorgeous pictures. I went past the Jaipur Arms. I'd like to confirm to everyone, I did not drink any Jaipur.
Did you not go and check your statement from the 2 weeks previously?
No, I did not. I did have some Necessary Evil again, but this time in a better state of mind, and it is gorgeous. Yeah. It is a bourbon barrel aged stout, 13%, from Thornbridge. Somehow I'm at the American bar next. I'm having some Sierra Nevada Dankful IPA 7.4%, which was lush.
I tell you what, Rascal, you've missed talking about 13% stouts. You missed out of what you started off on, mate.
No, didn't I mention that?
The Fierce beer.
Yes, mate. The Japanese oak barrel.
Oh, yes, of course. Yeah, sorry. I didn't hear you say Fierce.
Sorry. Actually, you know what? I said it wrong. Gave the wrong brewery. Eek.
Yeah, that was Fierce, wasn't it?
Yes. Then I'm having dessert in a can by... I can't make it out, but it looks like 10% by some brewery. I apologise. I haven't done a good job. And I'll make my way down.
And Rasco is Amundsen.
Ah, yes.
They got a whole series of dessert beers that I won't touch because in a 330 can they're about £6, and I want them because they're all amazing. But yeah, I'm like, I'm gonna have to swerve that one until I win the lottery properly.
Yeah. Then somehow I make my way out of there. By the way, I popped by Budvar a few times there, and he keeps giving me some lager, boom, boom. You can sink these, and as the night going on and on and on, you're drinking quicker and quicker and quicker. Somehow I make my way out of that room, down to Turning Point, and they go, Rasco. I went, yeah, hi. Where's Disco? He's not here.
Fair play, Turning Point. Thank you. Well, we've had a good few chats with Turning Point. Or I have, rather, on their birthday streams and their Zoom meetings. So that's cool. I'm glad they said hello. I've tweeted about them quite a lot, or posted about them quite a lot, because I've had a few of their beers. But they recognised you as well, so they've obviously had a look in. That's superb.
Eventually, yeah. but they were mostly saying, "Where are you?" Like, it's not here. I said, look, we had a nice bit of dialogue with you at the Ealing Beer Festival 2 years ago. And it's where I got introduced to them. I really liked what they do. And I had a dipper of theirs at 8.6%, turning circle. It has a nice head going up there. Here, it was quite dark. Couldn't see much through it. I remember it being quite tasteful and delightful, and that's it. And then I'm just necking on through the night. I don't stay for the duration. I think, you know what, there's plenty more beers, no worries, no panic. You can't do everything. Save your energy, you got go home. And it was about 10 o'clock, so it was about half an hour or an hour before it closes. I go home, I'm fine. I get home in time, I pop by the Art and Craft, I say hello. I go through what I went through and what I saw. Fantastic day, great start to the festival, really pleased.
There's another one you missed out, Rasko. I want to pull you back on that you had there because you missed out the Weird Beard. You had the Weird Beard, the MPA.
No. That's day 2. I've just done day 1.
Oh, okay. I thought you'd sent me all the photographs together because you had.
No. That's day 2. Now, day 2. I'm not rushing to get there. I think I'm fine. I get there about 1 o'clock, and I meet up with some mutual friends of ours. It's all divided in Q1, Q2 quarters, and it's very relaxed. Plenty of places to sit. Throughout the festival, it's like they're filling up water cartons up, and you get water and you refresh. It's very hot Saturday afternoon, very hot. The sun is coming through. It's not fully protected from the weather. What you got there? Just carry on. What you got?
Oh, sorry, no, just because that's why I interjected with the Weird Beard because I got some Weird Beard. I wanted to talk about it.
No, well, don't worry. That's
I'll get onto it. Chocolate orange stout.
Yeah.
I've had it in my stash a bit too long. You shouldn't keep orange beers in there too long, but I think I have. I'm going to try it. We'll talk about Weird Beard in a bit, but no, carry on, sir.
So there I am, and day 2, I get there, meet up with some mutual friends of ours, have a good chat with them. It's great to see them after so long. I stay with them for the most of the afternoon. It's burning hot. The sun, it isn't fully protected from the elements. It's open. It's got open roof. So wouldn't have been fucked if it was pouring down with rain. Queues for the toilets are miles long. It's packed. This event is sold out. So, and they're quite frankly, a little bit of a note of theirs, they didn't resupply the watering cans quick enough. So there's a bit of dehydration going about there with people. I have another one by Fierce Bourbon VBM, 11% Imperial Chocolate Stout. That was gorgeous. I nursed that so well. And it was proper bourbon. It was like a good bit of bourbon. And this, because of the swirling in this, a bourbon beer like that is perfect. And I was nursing that in heaven. That almost finished the Beer of the Year sort of festival. I had something by Burning Sky, but I can't make it out. I took a crap picture. Boogie Ya by Hackney Brew. I can't make out anything from that picture. That's useless to me. Well done, Rasko. And then Pomona Island, double dipper.
Rasko, I believe it's pronounced pew, 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 pew. And you have to have the fingers as well with the pew, pew, pew.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a hashtag I put on there. I put all 8 on a hashtag when I did the posting for you.
Well done.
So it's a unique hashtag.
I'm back down at 5 points, and that pew, 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 pew was very nice. but they didn't seem to have a lot on. I mean, there's lots of breweries there, but they didn't necessarily have a lot. In some ways, I would have heard maybe less breweries, but more beer. But I was just happy. I'm not criticizing, but hey, that's a nitpick. I'm having derailed porter again.
I see. That was my confusion. You had derailed porter on the first day, and I forgot that you were sending. That's my mistake. That you were sending me pictures on the second day. So that's why I said about the Fierce, the Bourbon VPM.
Yeah.
So that was 2 different bits. But yeah, so yeah, you had the derailed porter again the second day. Sorry.
Because it's so packed at this point, there are queues for all the bars. And at this point, you're just going to the bar with the smallest queue.
Yeah.
And beer starts to drop like flies. I mean, taps are just going.
Standard.
Yeah, and they're holding it back for the next session. They don't want to say, oh, we've got no beer for the people who came for the next session. So they're all holding it back. Dark Mild from Boxcar's gone. I have an Imperial Stout by Arbor, which was delightful. And I'm sitting with our mutual friends, and we're just sharing around drinks, and with, a few sours, getting drunk, a few dippers and whatnot. And it's we're having a great old time in the shade, which was useful. I wasn't feeling up for just running around with a camera. I was a bit tired, and I really wanted a coffee. This is relevant. I was hoping to find a coffee stand there, but I really want a coffee. Perk myself back up, and So I walk around and I look for a bar which hasn't got a queue. And I'm wearing my Ealing Beer Festival T-shirt, and I walk across. Who do I come across? Weird Beard, and they go, Ealing, Ealing. And
Yeah, massive.
yeah, and there's a guy standing at the bar. He goes, it's a good festival. Shame it couldn't happen. So I know, man, I know. And then I have what I'm declaring as Beer Festival beer, Impy Hippie. Bourbon, there's a lot, there's a bourbon thing going on at this festival for me.
Yeah.
Imperial, Rose, Cinnamon, Cabernet, Stout, whatever. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I texted to Craig because he's somewhere else. I say, "This is great. This is the best beer I've had." He goes and has it. He says, "It's good."
Okay, you went all pixelated and wobbly there, so I'm just going to repeat that. That was a bourbon barrel-aged Imperial Rose, Cinnamon, and Cardamom Stout. I think they do different versions of that. Impy Hating Hippie. I think they do different versions and slightly different names of that. Blue Nose, Harry, good to see you. Thanks for popping in.
So, yeah, I text Craig, this is the best beer I've had so far, beer at the festival. And he goes, it's good, but you're wrong. I just replied, we're going to fall out. We're going to fall out. Blue Nose, let me know. Yeah. Blue Nose, let me know what you thought of the festival and what your best beers were. My pictures are not loading up now, but there's a lot. I mean, there's Poljar. I have a Poljar Imperial Stout. I have a lot of beer at this point, and it's all flowing down. No, boom, 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 boom. Session ends. Yeah, the Poljar was very good. That was the 7%er. I had that at the beer merchant.
Oh, Piala.
Yeah, Piala. Yeah, Piala. Piala.
On that one, it's got, because it's blinking, that's Danish, I think, Piala.
Lithuanian.
Yeah, so it's got a lot of accents and umlaut. No, umlaut is German. It's got a lot of accents over it. It's hard one to pronounce. I don't even know if Piala is the right pronunciation, to be honest with you.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm sure somebody say it, but I don't know definitely if that's right. So,
boom, session ends. Jim, the cameraman's in town.
That's
Estonia.
Right, sorry. Oh, yeah.
Blue Nose says Estonia. There you go, yeah. There's a man with a lot of knowledge of beer. As I know. And So Jim, the cameraman's, and I decide to trek it to East London, Walthamstow, to go to Wildcard Brewery. Wildcard were in the festival, but they only had 2 beers going. I trek all the way to see Jim, the cameraman. I meet up with Jim, the cameraman. I have 2 IPAs there. I say hello to his wife and his newborn kid. He's got a few of his journalist mates, and I say, well, I'm a journalist as well. Look at all my kit I've got in my bag. I've just done 2 interviews. I'm a beer journalist.
I'm not sure that's the qualification, owning a tripod, but fair enough.
2 tripods and 1 microphone, excuse me.
And some recording equipment.
And a handheld device that helps you film your phone, and they quite like this. I have a long crack with them, and then I've got to go. I've had my 2 pints, and I've got to go. Lovely to see them. I dash back to the festival. I get back to the festival. The first thing I have is a non-alcoholic beer called Lucky Scent, which was lovely and refreshing, because I couldn't find any water, so that was the best I could do. I speak to the lovely bar lady there, Gemma, who's a NHS nurse, hero, much respect and love to you, and a great old time. And so then I move into a brewery in the main dance area. Oh, by this point, I'd missed Craig Charles. One of the things I wanted to do, I'd missed Craig Charles. He's not the only thing I missed. Like I said,
you also missed the challenge I gave you to get a beer selfie with Craig Charles.
Well, there you go. What would I have won if I succeeded in that challenge?
Well, we didn't discuss that. It was a non-contract arrangement, but it was just like a little start for 10, see if he was up for the challenge.
Well, there you go. I failed. So, I come across Alpha Delta, and they've got a beer called Ibris. And it's just titled BD IPA. And I'm like, what's a BDB IPA? And they say a black double IPA. And I'm like, give me some of that. Give me some of that.
No need for it. There's no need for black IPAs in the first place. There's definitely no need for a double one.
Why do you say that? Go on.
Well, I love black IPAs. And there's a big resurgence about black IPAs. Everybody said that bring back the Bipper. I don't think they ever went away. I think there was a few breweries that carried on doing them, but it's one that confuses me. Not confuses me. I always want to try them because I like dark beers. Mm-hmm. I like that kind of roastiness on it, but black IPAs seem to be even hoppier than ordinary IPAs for me, and I don't like hoppy IPAs. So every time you try a black IPA, it's just kind of this confusing mix of dark beer, slight roastiness, and just hot funk that doesn't sit on my palate very well. So I'm not. I've got a couple of bippers in there. I think that I think one came in a mixed pack that I didn't have any choice with. So I will always try them, but yeah, it just doesn't sit on my palate very well.
I'm going to be honest. I don't think you've had a black IPA because I think they've been that dead. They haven't been around. I think you've had a few really dark ones, but I think it's been that dead for that long. You've not had it.
No, I've had quite a few, and certainly in the last year.
Mm-hmm.
I've put them on orders because I want to try them again. I generally I can't think off the top of my head the black IPAs I've had prior to this year. But yeah, I've always wanted to try them because they're dark, and you and me both. It's well known we quite like darker beers. But yeah, red IPAs on the other hand, a bit more. I was finding them a bit rough around the edges, but that's probably the next thing to come back is red IPAs. But yeah, I understand why people like them. I'm not like completely against them or nothing. Each to their own and all that. But yeah, not really for me, to be honest. I do want to try the elusive one. Elusive beers have always been really elusive to me. I've never quite got around to them. But they love a black IPA. They've got one out at the moment, which is a collab with Anspach. and a few others. So I kind of, again, I want to try them because I want to find one I actually like. I really want to. But I'm not over. I will, so.
I'm going to stick to my cons and challenge you on this because, mate, I've never come across a black IPA ever. And every beer commentator is saying they went away and they've only researched this year. Every beer commentator is saying that. So where you got these black IPAs from, I think you need to go through your notes and find out.
I've had at least 3 black IPAs over lockdown. The only one I can remember, the 2 I can remember, Brew York had a little 330 can in a Beer 52 box. I think it was Black Eagle, I think. And I had one from Beer Brothers. And again, the only reason I got it, because it came in a multi-pack box. Beer Brothers up in Preston, they had a black IPA. Again, just that odd hop note that I wasn't that fussed about. And I do quite like Beer Brothers. I've got one in the cupboard from, I think it's Good Chemistry, because I got a multi-pack from Good Chemistry. So, and I've quite enjoyed their beers. So, I've seen quite a few black IPAs going about this year.
So, comments from Harry.
Black IPAs.
Elusive have been. Oh no, funny. Comes in pushed back. He
Tempest
likes
does a fucking Imperial black IPA.
Red
Imperial.
Yeah, well, put it this way: this black IPA I had was 8.5%. Had a lovely foam texture head, and it didn't last very long, mate. It was gorgeous in complexity of taste. And the roastiness just came through with bitterness. It's a contradiction in terms. I loved it. It was chaos.
You do love a bit of chaos, don't you?
I do. And then I did have something else from them. They gave me a sample, and they had a Quebec Tipper, a TIPA, 11%.
Triple IPA.
Triple Quebec.
Quebec Yeast one, okay. Yeah, Quebec Yeast is one that I quite like. I find it tempers the bitterness, so God knows what that does to a triple IPA, because I won't really touch triple IPAs for much the same reasons I've been saying about the hoppiness. But how did that work? Was that?
It went down very well. I preferred the black. I was having it at the same time. They probably didn't complement each other. But there I am having a grand old time. I didn't have much.
I think it's by this point anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
Well, I've remained compos mortis for the whole time, you know. And then I'm having something I don't actually remember drinking. Dragon Milk Solera. Forged aged ale, 10%. I had that at the American bar. I'm back at the American bar. I'm meeting with Harry and Clueless and Craig at this point. I'm back at the American bar and I'm having a few beers with them, and they're loving it. They've had a few. Harry, let us know what you had if you're still there. 10% goes cracking with Imperial. It was very an Imperial event for me. You know, I'm not paying. I've already paid, so it's just all pounding. Because the atmosphere has changed at this event at this point. It's the last one. It's a Saturday night. It's not as busy as it was daytime, and it's just a big party. It's absolutely fucking amazing. And I'm pounding away. Yeah, you know what? Saturday night I'm pounding away. There's a lot of beers I've missed. And I'm having, what the heck's this? I have another weird beer, a liqueur stout, a salty liqueur tattoo. And
salty licorice tattoo.
Yeah.
Licorice, yeah.
Then I'm having Big Foam Donzoko, a rustic lager, 5%. That's probably the lowest.
Weird had an open day today.
Yeah.
Did they? Thing at Weirdbeard.
Yeah.
He had almost all of the American bar, so he had everything. Probably. I wouldn't disbelieve that.
What was your
Yeah,
favourite?
Don Zoco.
Yeah, Don Zoco, and I'm speaking to Adam. He's pulling pints there, and I'm having a good old chin wag with him and a few laughs. And I bump into Kimberly. I spoke to Kimberly on Friday. I said, wish her well. I asked her for a few beer tips. And then I speak to her again on Saturday. She's with Craig and we just had a few drinks. She gives me a tip to find an Imperial. She's wearing a Star Wars outfit. And I'm like saying, oh, okay. She goes, oh, if you like Emperor beers, they're up in this bar. I go looking for them and I don't find them. But I do find Garden Brewery. And I walk up, I practice my Croatian, I speak to them, and the barman turns around to me and says, oh, I'm sorry, I'm from Mexico.
Well, first of all, 2 points on that. First of all, Emperor Brewery is the one I told you about with the Star Wars themed beers, but they're fucking hard to get hold of anyway because they're small batch and they've done a few collabs recently.
Yeah.
But they just sell out. They're something like the third highest rated on Untapped or something at the moment, which doesn't mean a lot to me because I don't do Untapped. There was another point I was going to make, which I've immediately forgotten, so carry on.
No, go. I was just about to reflect on this.
Talking about your practicing your Croatian. And another thing you forgot from Brew London was the Czech pronunciation of cheers. Because you insist on doing the Croatian pronunciation of Nastravia. And Radim had to point out, no, it's Czech, it's Nastravi.
Yeah, he did that again, actually. Croatia is more Serbo-Croat, and Russian is Nastravia. And Nastravi, he pointed that out at, London Craft Beer Festival, Nastravia.
It's kind of irrelevant. It was a bit harsh of him for pointing out because if you're saying cheers, it doesn't really matter what, as long as he knows what language it is. Do you know what I mean? He knows the word. It's cheers. Cheers is cheers, isn't it? It doesn't matter. But
he's right. If you're going to do it, you're going to do it right. And it is important to understand the context, the difference of the language. Because, I asked him, what's the word for thank you? And he said it's dziękuję. Well, it's very similar to how dziękuję. Yeah. That's very similar sounding to dziękuję in Polish.
Yeah. Where it's all that Slavic language, and all the languages is grouped together in certain regions, and it's all just variations on the theme. And you can understand a lot of languages because they're all grouped together.
Well, sort of, because if you go down south, back down to the land of the South Slavs, by the way, if you translate the word South Slavs, it literally means Yugoslavia. So if you go down to the Balkans, the word hvala is thank you. If you head up north, easterly to Russia, thank you is spasiba, and so on and so on and so on. There are definitely similar tones and connotations. It's all interesting. So I meet this Mexican barman, so I then proceed to practice my Spanish with him and have a...
Well, we are an international beer channel, aren't we, Rasko?
Well, I do like my languages and have a chat with him. I have something from Garden. I don't know what it was. I've taken a picture of it. It was very nice. I don't know what it was. And there you go. And, at this point, I'm wandering around, having a good chat, and I'm with Harry and Clueless, and I found a wine bar. I found a bunch of bars which I haven't seen at all. Fallen Acorn collab with Emperor was good. There you go. There you go from Harry. At this point, I find a bunch of bars I've never seen before. This place is like a TARDIS, honestly. And there's a wine bar there. And I find coffee wine. So earlier, I'm asking for coffee. All I want is a coffee. The wine bar. Yeah, the wine bar. And the wine bar's booming. It's everyone's partying there. And that didn't last long. That coffee wine really didn't last long. Boom. Absolutely gorgeous. I might order some. 19 Crimes with the porter, something cold blue blend. How do you put coffee and wine together? I don't know, but it works.
Yeah, you sent me that picture. Well, I don't know. The Spanish have a thing with red wine and Coca-Cola. So I guess it's a kind of sort of caramelly kind of, that kind of darker thing to go with red wine. I don't know, but yeah, it's very strange, but it worked, you reckoned?
Mate, it was gorgeous. I'm seriously thinking about asking that for Christmas. That's how good it was. And then near the wine bar is Duval. And I'm thinking, where have you been? I head into Duval and I have some Leifman's beer. I can't make out the picture. It's a bad picture for some reason. And it's good. I remember drinking it. And to start with, I find with Belgian beers, they get better as they go down. And they don't really start well. And this didn't necessarily start well, but as you went down, it went good. Running out of time here. The festival's coming to a close. So it was pounding. Then I'm coming across Cassil's. I think Harry introduced me to the guy here. Cassil's mixed milk stout from New Zealand. Yes, Harry did introduce me. 5.2%. And I have some of that. And then I had some of the something in Greek writing. And it's another stout. There you go. And there we go in the main area. And then I've done my little goodbye video, which I'm going to upload tomorrow. I'm going to take this off now. I've done my debrief of the festival. So I'm taking this off. It just kind of reminds me when I used to go to Reading Festival. I used to cling on to these as long as possible.
Well, they'll have to come off eventually.
Yes. It's waterproof, by the way. Water resistant. Absolutely fantastic. Brilliant festival. Hit me with the $1 million question I know you want to ask me.
Carter, what was your favourite beer of the festival?
You know what? It was the coffee wine.
Oh, no. I said, what was your favourite beer of the festival?
It's going to go to Weird Beard. It really is going to go to Weird Beard. The one I was nursing, and there was a good few drinks I was nursing. There's quite a bit I've left out. I didn't get pictures of them for whatever reason. And it's convinced me actually to use Untapped. Actually, to be honest, just as a better log or a mechanism to remember these things. And so, Weird Beard have got it. The one I was nursing in the afternoon by Fierce Bourbon VPM, that's a very good beer. Boxcar Dark Mild is not a drink to be sniffed at or underestimated. I mean, I had quite a bit of that. I went back to that 3 times.
Well, it's an easy one to go to, isn't it, I suppose?
Yeah. It was a very dark weekend. I did have some good. I didn't have any New England IPA. I had some good lager. I didn't have one bad beer I couldn't finish or struggled with. Sometimes at GBBF you get that. I mentioned GBBF quite a bit, but they're totally different venues, and that really makes a different atmosphere completely. GBF is more like, hey! And this is more, hey, man. Depending on what session, I mean, the 4 sessions I was at were radically different from each other. I'm going to go next year. I don't think I'll go all weekend, but I'm going to go next year.
Well, let's hope next year gets sorted out, and then I think one or the other, maybe both. I'd certainly be looking at going out next year. So.
Only thing is on the same bloody week as GBF. But there you go. You do feel a bit of pressure to drink to get your money's worth.
Yeah. Do you think you did get your money's worth? Is it worth, like, even just getting your tasters is it, as long as it's able to?
Yes, mate. I think I well and truly got my money's worth. I regret not getting to Fuller's. I don't even know where the Fuller's bar was, to be honest. That's how it is, and I regret not seeing Craig Charles, but I don't regret, because I was sitting with friends I hadn't seen in a long time, and I was having a good chat, and it was fantastic. The IPAs I had at Wildcard were brilliant. That was a great old laugh. I contemplated not going back to the festival, and I thought, no, I've got to go back. I had a good old one. I had a very good weekend. It's a shame about the Sunday session not being there. I would have happily gone back and just had a few quiet ones. But I've got Birmingham.
You got Birmingham to go. You reckon you'll go to that?
I'm 68% sure I'm going.
Where is it? Do you know?
It's some venue called the Tea House or something like that, not too far from New Street. I'm down for the Saturday day session. So I was thinking, go there, do that, come back, do the live show.
Well, yeah, it's doable. I mean, it's only like an hour and a half on the train from Central, so that's a bit extra. Yeah, it's doable, isn't it? If John could do it from Huddersfield, John did it from Huddersfield for LCBF, so yeah, going to Birmingham's not that far, to be fair. I think Harry's got to do that as well, isn't he? Harry's going to Birmingham, it's old stamping ground. So.
He is. But I'm now contemplating don't go to the Saturday day session, because it'll be the most busy session. It'll be crammed, and getting beers will be a bit difficult. So I'm thinking maybe to ask to change my ticket due to Friday day session. There will be more people doing what we do there.
Yeah,
and that's fine. That's cool.
Okay. Well, you got time to think about it and see if they'll let you change. They must let you change it.
Well, yeah, let's hope. This is going down well. It's a bit sweet. I wish I poured it correctly to get the full harness of the drink. But it's going down right, 7.2%. I must really thank the Budvar stand. I went there quite a few times to get a nice, refreshing, crisp lager to keep me going, to keep going.
Yeah.
But they were busy throughout. They did not stop being busy. And I'm really thankful for the video they allowed us to do, and this session they allowed to teach me.
It did look good. Yeah, man, it looks all right.
So, mate, that's the thing, because I just got a bitter note. You get less bitterness with the way it's poured if you do it correctly. It's a fantastic event. I'm looking forward to it. I'm really, I felt a bit sad when it ended, and I felt a bit lost for a few days of it not being. I had such a good time. Such a good, and that's that. And I look forward to the next one. Hopefully, Birmingham will be as good. There's a few other things in the pipeline. We have got guests lined up. We're going to have a chat about that. we're going to have a good old September and October.
Jolly good.
So keep watching this show because it's only going to get better.
Excellent. Exactly. Again, put it up on YouTube during the week. Hopefully Monday, I should think. A lot of stuff going on YouTube tonight. There's a lot of shows on YouTube tonight, so we might go over there and have a look. Rob from Hobday, he did invite me on. Thanks to Rob for inviting me on earlier, but I said I wouldn't because I'm obviously getting ready for this show. Not getting ready, but I didn't want to impinge for half an hour. And as we say, Paul's Beer Reviews is doing a show from with Crumbly Beard up at Lord's Brewing. They're still going. So there's a lot of other stuff to go on. So if you watched us tonight, thank you very much. If you're watching us after the event, either on Instagram or when I put this up on YouTube, thank you very much and cheers. Thanks for popping in. That's our quarter. Shall we call it there, Russell, and go and watch some other people on YouTube? Or
well, I was going to do this.
Oh,
I'm nowhere near it. I'm nowhere near it getting it done. I will say this. I'm going to give Weird Beard's beer a Beer of the Year nomination. I'm also giving Boxcar a Beer of the Year nomination. I was a bit snooty about, but that Dark Mild is nothing to be underestimated. They've got something good there. I don't know if you've had it, but try it.
No, I haven't, and I haven't had that Weird Beard one. I think the last time I went to Weird Beard, year before last. I don't think the Impiating Hippie was on, and I've never ordered it. I haven't had it back in bottles or anything. I'm not giving this one a nomination. It's quite good. It's really nice, roasty kind of. It's not really chocolatey. It's kind of dark, bittery chocolate, and the orange is kind of not there, but it kind of is in the background. It comes through much later. It's kind of more of a sort of like a. It's like when you get like an Earl Grey IPA. There's a kind of bergamot-y kind of orange going on, and it's kind of more orange kind of oils and syrup. It's not terrible. It's quite nice. It's really nice, but it's not quite massively orange enough. I think that's because I've had it in the stash for 2 or 3 months. I'd planned to do it with. I've got 2 or 3 different orange stouts. I planned to do it as a review, but I've never got around to doing enough reviews. So I've got a couple of other orange stouts in. I might try and do them together. But we love Weird Beard. I will get back there at some point. I'm sure they'll do another tap day next month or the month after.
I will say I was a bit surprised and happy to see they didn't have Dark Pearl on. Because they are quite well known for it. It's a good beer, don't get me wrong, but but I was quite happy to see more of them elsewhere. The first time I ever came across Weird Beard was what?
So sorry, go on. Carry on.
No, they used to be in my Freshfields. It's down the road from me, and I was just amazed how good it was, and I was just wow.
Did you try the chili one they had on there, the mango and chili one on that?
No.
You don't like chili beers, do you?
I'm a skeptic. The only brewery that's convinced me is Jack Hobday with their salt chili beer they've got. That was very good. I've got that in a can. I might try that tomorrow whilst rewatching your chat with Jack Hobday. I've got 4 different chili beers in at the moment. I don't know. Like, should we do like some kind of? I don't know. Should I do them all together or separately? I'm sort of running out of time to do them. I'm a bit skeptical of chili beers as well, but I will always try them because, especially chocolate and chili. I love chocolate and chili together, but not too much chili. I ordered one. I ordered one last week when I got from Trembling Madness. Is an Atom beer that's orange and chili, but it turns out habanero. And habanero is far too much for my palate, so I don't know whether I made a mistake there, but I'll always try chili beers. Well, here's something a bit off topic. Sort of, Rain from Budvar, He's got his own YouTube channel where he does recipes. He's done chili con carne, which I cooked today. You know what he's got in the recipe? Dark chocolate.
Yeah, no, I've heard that as a recipe. I've never tried it, but yeah, because chili and chocolate go well together. So yeah, and beef also, chocolate and beef.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Fair play, right?
Mate, check his channel out. Oh, he's got some good things going on. You know what? He was so complimentary as well when we did, because he'll get out there and he's already thought about this. He's like, so what angles do you want to do? Do you want to go from that angle? Do you want to go to that? I'm like, yeah. I was just going to set up the tripod, press play on my little Bluetooth remote. But he goes, no, I'll get one of my people to do the camera work, and he's got one of his people doing the camera work for it. Okay, thank you. He is such a smart, and he's a great host. He is good at what he does, and he's just a great, good bloke. Everyone in the business knows him, and because he's just so sociable.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm kind of like, thankful for that. And look, I'll say it again, thank you, Jack Hobday, for giving me 5 minutes to have a chat. And the quality of Rasco and Disco is only going up, and we're just going to go out there, we're going to have a chat and a laugh. Let's have a laugh. Who doesn't drink beer to have a laugh? I can tell you a few.
Well, you said it the other week. You don't drink beer to be serious.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm thankful for the whole event. I had a great old time. It was well needed in my personal life, and it was just well needed to be in an event like that. I saw some friends, made some new friends. What else can I say? It was a grand old event, and then the live streams was good crack. You know what? We're only going forward from here, and that's it. And I had a good old crack with John while I was there, and Adam and Dean, formerly of Pivo. Dean, man, everything he does, he just comes across as a gangster in the nicest possible way. In the way he looks at you, the way he dances, the nodding. Fair play to him. I really wish those two well. And keep in touch, fellas.
Superb. I tell you, I don't know.
Do you want to go home now? Or you want to go home?
I would say do your Budvar next week, mate.
Well, my beer stash is fairly light. There is a review coming up, I hope. I'm not going to promise it, because when I just looked for the can, I couldn't find it, so I'm a bit worried. I was going to do this beer review last night, but I was a bit disposed of the loss of my cat, who mysteriously returned today. But that's another story.
They do that. They do that, though. Yeah.
Anyway, so Disco wants to go be on other people's channels and not at his own. So I'm going to let him go now. I wish I could install that Electric Shock app at this point.
I'll stay if you want, mate. But I'll go for a Waz. So if you want to carry on chatting, I'll stay. But we've done an hour and a half.
Oh, we've done an hour and a half, and let's call it. We're done.
Well, hour and 20, but it'll be an hour and a half by the time we carry on. So
fine. I will drink the Budvar to myself because I feel I deserve it. It's at 4.7%. Well, Andrew, who's just joined, we're about to go, mate. So nice seeing you.
Cheers, Andy. Up the arm. All right, Rasco, cheers for that, mate. Good night, chatting as well. Thanks to everybody else who actually listened to all the comments. And if you're watching this on YouTube and you're still watching this, let us know in the comments below. Like and subscribe. Thank you very much indeed, everybody. Have a good night.
Adios. Bye-bye.
Leaving after this shot.
Yeah, what you said.